Monbasa Mvita. With the change in the world political power and management, unlike in the past, where the big boys used to call the shots and the doctors would force us into treatment. I remember the treatment of Iraq. That time, even African countries took tanks. European countries took everything. The United States and every country was very willing. I'm not saying what had happened was right. It was wrong. But even the solution that time was not right because it went against the very organization we'd put to take care of the world peace. I remember that time Kofi Annan saying it is illegal, and he was told he does not understand anything. These are the axes of evil. I don't deny evil things have happened. Should we override the only office, the only organization that is supposed to supervise treatment even? But treatment happened, and the patient is the way you see him. Eventually, we were about to forget what was happening, and recently another patient got his treatment and was taken to the ICU hospital, recovering safely there. In the process of that treatment, another patient was misbehaving in West Africa, or behaving or feeling ill, and he realized that the doctor was calling for treatment, and he took all evasive actions not to be treated, which I said one should do, because the treatment always leaves the patient the way it does. The other doctor, the other patient, when it happened, we said the world had been ordered. And yes, it was ordered. It tried to go to, did they go to that organization? I don't know. And another looming patient was to get treatment too. Unfortunately, this is a difficult patient to treat because he happens to belong to people who don't like being treated. They love treating too. So we have followed, the doctors have followed the people from the ancestry of Xerxes. Was it Xerxes or Xerxes? And right now, with both sides giving their propaganda, in the part of the world where news, you cannot say, is 100% up to whatever is happening, because we are in aligned zones. There is those who think like us and those who think like them. So sometimes you get news from those who think like them, and sometimes you get from those who think like us, and you have to strike a balance between the two. Whatever has happened has happened, and when the doctor went in, the doctors went in, it was supposed to be a perfect surgical operation. The patient was given anesthesia, and the operation began. But the patient was not the ordinary type of patient. doesn't seem to be the ordinary type of patient. He is the type that does not want being treated. He wants to treat himself and recover from the ailment himself. But that being beside the point, the doctor felt that he should be given immediate treatment. As he was talking to the doctor in the observation room, the doctor was telling him that you suffer from a kind of disease called evil. And he was telling him this kind of disease, during our times, we didn't understand what this disease called evil was, because diseases were from pathogens and things like that. And when he was still being observed, he suddenly realized that he had been put under anesthesia and the operation had begun. And being a doctor also with some knowledge, he realized to struggle out of that. And now he has also gotten into the room and is trying to operate the doctor. It has become a difficult situation. It was supposed to be something that was supposed to take a very short time. But then in the process of taking a very short time, because they talk of thinking alike and thinking unlike them. Fortunately for us, we are in a neutral place, though sometimes aligned slightly to other sides. But the question is, could we have opened a Pandora's box? Something that the doctor did not realize. The doctors did not realize they were opening. Because treatment was supposed to be fast, accurate, precise. Looks like now the patient and the doctor are running around the room, or the patient doctor or the doctor who is to treat the patient, who is a doctor, are running around the room. The doctor saying the operation is over, you are healed, you well. And the patient saying, but I've not been operated. You are the one who is sick. I want to operate you. So that is the situation that is happening. We've looked at what was happening. Whatever happened, happened. I don't know what is evil, what is good. Because depends on what side you are standing when you are judging evil and good. The judgment is open to you, the people of the world. Judge the events from both sides. What has been evil? What has been good? I'm not in a position to judge. But any human feelings, conscience will tell you what is evil and what is good. If we are reasoning from the same human standard. So whatever has happened has happened. But I had the statement from the doctor patient, and he was telling the doctor that he had analyzed some illnesses in the doctor. And the treatment was something like he may be denied blood transfusion, and if necessary, what he uses for water and whatever may be denied. And the doctor was saying, no, you are the patient and you treated. Those statements have gone on. We had recently the doctor telling the patient, everything is over, and you've been given certain hours not to interfere with anything entering into this operation theater. And the patient laughed it off. And the patient doctor laughed it off and told the doctor, who is also patient, that you are fired. It appeared funny, and the doctor answered back, retorted, you have nothing in fact that is holding. It's only that we being careful not to mess up with you, but we're giving you some few hours to have done A, B, C, D. And the Xerxes doctor has also retorted. He's saying, how can you call your success, your treatment a success, while the Xerxes doctor is saying that the Xerxes treatment is a success? So the world is left in a quagmire. Because one side says the patient is totally treated, but the reaction from the patient also, we've seen incidences where you have seen the patient is also injecting the doctor, applying anesthesia to the doctor, and the doctor is claiming to be in complete control. Treatment session is on. Let me ask a question. Could we be seeing a surprise change in the tactical abilities of the military power within the Middle East? Could there be something, because every side is bragging, every side is talking, but the doctors should have completely done the surgical operation and the patient be in the ICU. But it looks like the doctor and the patients are running around the operation theater. So, could it be we are seeing something unprecedented? An opening of a Pandora box. A first-time patient who has refused to be treated and is refusing successfully. Maybe that is the situation. I'm not versed with that type of treatment, because it is the ancient Persian ego and the bald ego and the star that have met. And these are doctors of renowned performances and abilities. And it is two doctors to one doctor, and doctor to doctor. Doctor patient, doctor patient. And this is an interesting kind of situation, because the world is used to a situation where the doctor treats the patient, but the patients have ended up having very bad results in most cases. But we are now witnessing a situation where a patient who was a doctor or is a doctor is now also trying to make the doctor who is operating become a patient. And it appears he's doing it with a lot of success. Could we be witnessing a certain shift in the tactical abilities in the Middle East? Could it be the first time that a patient who was to be treated but having knowledge of treatment too has refused to succumb to treatment? And could we be having the first time that a patient, because I said such a type of treatment, try to get out of it through all means, could we be seeing the first patient? This is not an English word, by the way. This is just my own imagination, because to us, patient in English means you sit, relax, and you're not in a hurry. But this person who does not want to be treated is running around. I'm giving him a word that is not English but my own imagination. I'm saying he's impatient because he's not staying patiently for treatment. Could we be witnessing the first successful impatient in the Middle East? And what does that mean to the geopolitical situation in the Middle East? I am not a very good analyst. I may be very wrong because I've never been in the military. I'm just a former teacher. Though teaching never ends, even when you leave the class, you still keep teaching like I teach sometimes. But now I'm talking about this sensitive situation, the treatment situation. Could we be witnessing a shift in the tactical, military abilities in the world? A shift in the power that would create great changes that were unprecedented in the world history. I don't know who are the axis of evil or who are the axis of good, because that depends on your conscience. And according to human conscience, some things done have not been very, very holy. Could we be witnessing a complete change of tactical abilities? That is the question I'm asking. Let's watch this space and see it for ourselves. Or if somebody has got something that can be able to answer about this doctor treat patient, patient treat doctor situation, could we, for the first time, be having a patient who will refuse to be treated because he knows how he can treat himself? He has been in the lineage of doctors and has said no to treatment, can also treat the doctor. That appears to be the situation, but I don't know. Everybody is giving their propaganda from their side. Time will tell. That's my take for now.